Hi, everyone. I'm Colleen. I'm back for another live stream brought to you by the awesome people over at Princess Dental Staffing. Happy to see everyone on this Wednesday. So today's topic, we're going to be talking about how to improve your professional etiquette in the dental field. So, a high level of professionalism is really expected in any industry, right? You have to have a high level of professionalism to work with other people, to work with your leaders, and to work with your customers and your clients, especially if you're in a customer-facing position. And the dental industry is no different, but it is unique because in the dental industry, you're working with a lot of other dental professionals, right, who have had similar training to you and similar understandings about oral hygiene practices, etc. But you're also working with a lot of patients who just aren't as knowledgeable in that area as you are. So, the dental industry is definitely, when it comes to professionalism, the dental industry is definitely unique. So today we're going to be talking about ways that you can elevate your professionalism if you are currently in or looking to go into the dental industry. But before we dive too deeply into that, just want to remind everyone that each week we are bringing you a new live stream, again, brought to you by Princess Dental Staffing. Excuse me. So if you don't want to miss out on future streams, be sure to follow our page or subscribe to our channel. And if you have any thoughts, comments, or questions about the content that we're bringing you, be sure to comment below. If you like the content that we're bringing you, drop us a like. Okay. Woo, professional etiquette. Yeah, absolutely, Drew. Definitely want your dental team to be professional. So we're going to be talking about that in just a minute. And if you get time today, head on over to princessdentalstaffing.com. You can take a look at their blog and read their blog. They cover a lot of the same topics that we cover in these streams as well. So you can take a look at their blog. You can also start looking for positions in your area. So Princess Dental Staffing is an online dental job board. Okay. And they have positions available for front office, dental assistants, dental hygienists, and dentists in a variety of different areas, offering full-time, part-time, permanent, and temporary positions. So you can take a look at dental openings in your area. You can also create a profile and get your information in front of hiring managers as well. Okay, so a lot you can do on princessdentalstaffing.com. Okay. So let's dive into our tips for elevating your professional etiquette, specifically for the dental field. Okay, number one, general professional appearance. Okay, so that's kind of general, right? So, when it comes to professionalism in any industry, your outward appearance is, is indicative of your level of professionalism. As human beings, we all respond to the things around us, right? We respond to what we see, what we hear, and what we perceive. So you want to be perceived as professional. You want to be perceived as a dental professional. You want to be perceived as someone that the patient can trust. Okay, so you definitely want to make sure that you're taking into account your professional appearance. Now, when we talk about professional appearance, that actually refers to a few different things. First of all, it means the general appearance of your office area. Okay, so if you're a front office person, that means the general appearance of the front desk, right, of the front office area, right? Because that's viewable by team members, by your supervisor, and depending on how your office is set up, your patients might be able to see a few things back there as well. So you definitely want to make sure that if you're front office, that your office area is nice and organized, and that it is clean, tidy, and that all of the if you have any like personal items in your particular workspace, that they are appropriate for the office, right? Okay. And again, it's not just important just for patients, because sometimes, again, depending on how your office is set up, the patients might not even be able to see anything. But it's also important for your team members and your supervisor as well. Okay, because that your appearance, your office appearance also affects them as well, right? Same thing with the operatory. So if you're a dental hygienist, then your general office area is the operatory, right? So again, you definitely want to be organized. You want everything to be clean, put away, and sanitized. Um, and just to kind of give that general organized office appearance for patients, because the patient's definitely going to see that, right? When they come in and they come in to sit down for their cleaning or their procedure or whatever it is. And if you're the dentist, this means the entire practice, right? The front office area, the reception area, the operatories, and all of that. And, making sure that, the dental practice stays like updated with sort of, with professional decor that is appropriate and that kind of gives a general sense of calm, is always really important. Okay. All right. And of course, general appearance also refers to your personal appearance, right? Making sure that you're showing up to work well groomed and put together, and that you're wearing appropriate scrubs or appropriate office attire, of course, depending on your position within the office or the practice, right? So you definitely want to look professional and look clean, groomed, and tidy. Okay. That does not mean that your personality can't shine through, with what you choose to wear. Of course, you can introduce a little bit of your personality, but again, you still want to maintain those professional standards. Okay. So if you have a question, if when in doubt, talk to your office manager or talk to, your office manager is what I meant to say. So talk to your office manager just to run the question by them. Can I, are these scrubs appropriate or are they not, or something like that? Okay. Okay. So that's general appearance. Tip number 2, always pay attention to the patient. So the rule of thumb is that the patient is the most important person in the room, right? That's why everyone is here. It's to work for the patient and to help the patient with their oral hygiene and by extension, their overall health, right? So when in doubt, the most important person in the room is the patient, okay? And that goes for everyone, for an office, dental assistants, dental hygienists, and dentists as well, okay? So you should always make sure that you speak with the patient before beginning the cleaning. Make sure that you're interacting with the patient and speaking with them. It's, really important to make them feel welcomed, to make them feel heard and understood. And of course, it's very common in the dental industry. It's common knowledge rather in the dental industry that a lot of patients, significant number, they experience at least some form of anxiety when they go to the dentist, and some of them even have full-blown phobias of going to the dentist. So it's really important to speak with the patient and to help them feel welcomed and at ease, because that can really do a lot to quell some of that anxiety and some of those phobias, right? So that's really important. Excuse me. And that's one of the key ways. So speaking with the patient and kind of explaining processes and what's going to be done, when it's being done or before you're about to do it, is a really great way to help quell those anxieties and to make the patient feel more human and again, more understood and more seen. Okay. Number 3, explain things in easy to understand terms. So, it's important to consider your audience when you are, speaking and explaining things or teaching or training or things of that nature. And the dental industry is no different. You're a trained dental professional. So the patient isn't always going to be able to understand those technical terms or names for things that that they've probably never seen before, or they just don't know what they are. And of course, no one likes to feel like, they don't know, they don't like it pointed out to them that they don't know something or that they don't understand something. They don't like to be made to feel like stupid, essentially, right? No one likes to feel that way. So it's really, really important to speak with the patient and to be able to explain things in simple terms, maybe using analogies, but just in a way that the patient is going to understand, okay, and where they don't feel belittled for their lack of knowledge, because frankly, not everyone has that knowledge. Not everyone, got those certifications and education and training that you did. Okay, so it's really important to still make them feel like they're part of the process without making them feel like they are just lost in the entire process. Okay. And again, it just kind of goes back to helping the patient feel less anxious about what's going to happen and what they're there for, right? If they don't know, if someone doesn't know what's about to happen, or what's about to happen to them, it can make them feel very anxious. Okay. And that's anyone in any situation. So it's really imperative that you communicate effectively and clearly with the patient, let them know what's going to happen, and explain it in such a way that they are at ease and they understand what's going to go on. Because if you don't explain it, it could lead to patients like not coming back, right? And that can affect their oral health, because in their mind they're associating the dental vision, or the dental visit, with pain. That pain leads to anxiety. That anxiety could develop into a phobia, and that's just kind of the process that happens when you don't communicate with your patients and you don't help ease some of that anxiety. Okay. And then of course that leads to oral health issues and potentially, other health issues as well. Okay. So really, really important to explain things in easy terms and to communicate with the patient. Definitely anything that can help dental anxiety is a huge plus from everything that I have seen. Yeah, I bet, Drew. Yeah, absolutely. It's important to know that as the dental professional, there's a lot that you can do to help kind of quell some of that anxiety. Of course, you can't control everything, but there is a lot that you can do. And a big part of that is communication, and communicating with the patient, empathizing with the patient, checking in with the patient, and connecting with the patient. Okay. So tip number 4, respect your other team members and their positions. So everyone in the office is a dental professional in their own regard, okay? Whether it's front office, whether it's dental assistant, whether it's dental hygienist, or the dentist, okay? No matter your position, it is crucial that you respect your fellow team members, and that you help work as a team, right, to help make the office run smoothly, right, for the patient, right? Because at the end of the day, you're there for the patient to help the patient, okay? And teamwork is a big part of that. Okay. And actually, we've spoken at length about, just kind of as an example, we've spoken at length about dental assistants, and many of the dental assistants, when they leave their positions, many of them, it's because they don't feel respected, or they don't feel like valuable team members in the office, right? Because these dental assistants, they're working with dental hygienists, they're working with dentists, and sometimes they can feel like they're being looked down upon because they don't have as much education and training that their dental hygienist and dentist counterparts do. Okay. But at the end of the day, dental assistants are a crucial component. They're a crucial component of the team. They help facilitate smooth office operations, and they help, really, work with the patients. And because again, everyone's there for the patient. The goal is to optimize the patient's health, and they really help support that goal. Okay. And they are a crucial part of the team. Okay. So it's always important to remember that. It's always important to remember that every team member has a job to do, and that their job is just as important as everyone else's job. Everyone is there for a reason. Okay. And everyone working together, again, is going to result in the best treatment possible for the patient. Okay. Okay. So those are our tips to help elevate your professionalism and your professional etiquette within the dental industry. So let's do a quick recap. Number 1, general professional appearance. Of course, this refers to not only your general office area, but also your appearance, as your personal appearance as well. As human beings, we're affected by the things around us, the things that we see and that we experience. So when the patients come into the office, you want them to see a nice, clean, organized, professional area, and nice, inviting and welcoming dental professionals as well. Okay, it's always important. Number 2, always pay attention to the patient. Patients feel most at ease and most connected with their dental professionals when they feel heard and when they feel welcomed and seen. Okay, so always pay attention to the patient. Number three, explain things in easy to understand terms. Not everyone has the same level of education and training as you, particularly the patients. So it's important to be able to simplify concepts. Excuse me. It's important to be able to simplify concepts and use analogies in order to explain certain processes and procedures as well, so that everybody understands, everybody's on board, and everyone can move forward in the right direction. And lastly, number four, respect your other team members in their positions. Okay. Every team member has a job to do. And, that job is, an imperative part of making the office run smoothly so that you can give and provide the patient with the best care possible. Okay. So it's important to respect other team members, their experiences, their knowledge, their feelings, and their place within the office and with the organization. Always respect the team. Couldn't agree more. Yeah, absolutely, Drew. People work better when they feel respected and seen, and when they feel that or when they understand that they are contributing greatly to a to the office goals, right, and working for the patient. So it's always important to respect the team. Okay. So those are our tips for professional etiquette within the dental field. So glad you guys could be here with me today and go through the stream. So great comments and great thoughts and insights. So thanks for providing those. And of course, if we couldn't get to your questions, comments, and insights when the stream was live, of course, we will get to them as soon as we possibly can. But we will be back next week with another stream covering your career in the dental industry. So until then, have a great week. Have a great weekend. Continue to stay safe out there. Continue to stay warm out there. The temperature's dropping here. I don't know about where you are, but definitely dropping here. So stay warm, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Bye.